Hello everyone, this is Shatrupa, and in today's video we will be looking into TCS Ignite's some verbal ability question. So we'll see how we can solve them. Now you'll have question across different sections like antonyms, synonyms, parajumbles, finding the correct answer option or fill in the blanks or spotting the error right from different domains. But I'm going to give you a 20-second time. Give this question a try before we hop on to the solution. All right. So the first question first. Give this question a try. Okay. It says that you are given a few set of values, right? A few set of answer options, and you have to arrange it, right? That is the basic structure of parajumble. Now, what should be your first approach? Your first approach should be two things: either find pairs or find the starting point. Okay, either find pairs that which statement will come after which one, or find the starting point, right? So if I read this, that when large banks collapse, now in what context is it speaking? Why is it saying when, right? When can definitely not be the starting of a paragraph, right? It then says that regulatory bodies now conduct. That means in before this there has been a consequence due to which these bodies are now conducting a periodic stress test. Okay, this interconnectedness, now this refers to which interconnectedness? We are not sure of it, right? So we'll look into this one. The 28 sorry the 2008 financial crisis highlighted how unregulated institutions could destabilize global markets. Okay, so basically, if you try to read all of the starting of these statements, you will figure out that only one will fit in. Because if you read the next one, reforms like higher capital requirement and tighter lending norms were introduced in response. In response to what? However, now, however, again cannot be your starting point. The one thing that fits in as a starting point is option number D. The 2008 financial crisis highlighted how underregulated institutions could destabilize global markets. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to answer options and I'll see that which answer option starts with D. There is just one that is starting with D, and that is option number a. So my correct answer is option number A. I'm not even going to look any further to any other answer option. Okay. Had there been another answer option starting with D, then I would have figured out which one would be the next. Okay. So definitely the next one would be once this has been destabilized, what happened? No, when the large bank collapse, they trigger domino effect that impact the entire financial ecosystem. Okay. So that is the going to be your whole thing. There are two criteria that you must remember. Figure out the start point. Now, if you cannot understand the start point, figure out the pairs. That means which one will come after which one. Okay, in that way, it will become easier to rearrange those pairs. All right, moving to the next question. Give this question a try. Okay, now again, the same thing, either pair or starting point. So I'm going to first do it with the starting point because that is the easier one. Also supports it. What is it referring to? What is that it? We don't know. Next, travelers are now choosing destination based on environmental responsibilities. Now, this can a probable starting point. Okay. Sustainable tourism focuses on minimizing environmental impact while promoting cultural awareness. So, definitely C will come after B. Okay. So, B is your starting point, followed by C. Then it says, for example, ecologists, wildlife reserves. Now, this example is example for what? We don't know that. I guess we read that here. It also supports local economies by creating jobs and all of that. B is definitely your starting point, followed by C. Now, the D one that you see, it says for example. Now, this for example definitely refers to these supports local economies by creating jobs. Okay. How does it create job? That is what it says, that ecologists, wildlife reserve, community led tours are gaining popularity. So A will be followed by D, and definitely E will come at the end. So the correct answer is in option number B. All right. Moving to the next question, give this a try. says that there are two options starting with E. I mean, these are absolutely same. Okay, so you can ignore one of them. So either this will start with D, A, or E. Okay, so let's read. If it starts with A, okay, startups often operate in uncertain environment and must pivot quickly based on market feedback. Okay, we can put this on hold. I'm not sure if this is correct or not. Okay, because that can be a starting point. The next one is D. So it says, however, so definitely D is not your correct answer option. So you can eliminate that. Okay, now you're left with A and E. Let's read E. Okay, innovation driven startups are becoming the backbone of emerging economies. Okay, now this sounds like a solid start point followed by your A. Okay, once you are done with E, you can then move to A. So yeah, like innovation driven startups are becoming the backbone of emerging economies. Startups often operate in uncertain environments and must pivot quickly based on market feedback. Okay, and then whatever is there, B, C, and D. So yeah, this is the correct answer option, that is an option number C. Okay, so there are three ways in which you can access these things. First is try making pairs, like which one will follow which one. Next one is to find the start point. Okay, and the final one is by eliminating from the answer option. Okay, all right, moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay, so if I read this, the rapid adoption of cloud computing and remote work has expanded the attack surface of cyber criminals. Fair enough, but if you look into the answer options over here, there none of them are starting with A, so that's not a choice. Let's go to B. It says despite. Now, despite cannot be the starting point. Okay, then it says that D. Sorry, E. So it says the challenge lies not just in preventing breaches. Now, when will the challenge come? It will only come when we have discussed something. We haven't found out the actual start point, right? Cybersecurity has moved from being an IT issue to a boardroom priority in many organizations. But where did this cybersecurity come into picture? Probably here. As digital transformation accelerate, protecting sensitive data has become increasingly complex. Okay, the rapid adoption of cloud computing and remote work has expanded attack surface of cyber criminals. So your answer is in option number B, because there is just one option that is starting with F. All right. So B is your correct answer option. Now always try understanding the meaning of the sentence and the things that are used. Okay. If it says cyber security, then this must have been used somewhere previously. Okay. Because this does not justify as the first statement. Like it says cybersecurity has moved from being an IT issue. Now, where did you define this first as an IT issue? Where did this transformation first happen? It happened here in this statement F. Okay. So that is why you need to understand the starting point or figure out pairs. All right. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. Now, if you look into the answer option, I'm seeing start with D, B, B, E. Okay. So let's read B first. E-commerce platform have changed how people buy everything from grocery to gadgets. Okay, fair enough. This can be my starting point. I'll put that on hold. Next one is D. Online shopping has grown rapidly due to convenience and doorstep delivery. Now, this cannot be a first statement. Why? Because in B we are defining e-commerce, right? Now this online shopping is part of this e-commerce. Okay, so definitely D is not your first line. Next line is E. So it says the rise of e-commerce is also helping. Okay. Now it talks about help. So it doesn't define e-commerce. So definitely that is also not a correct answer option. Okay. So first should be your B. Definitely it is starting with B. Then one more statement that online shopping has grown rapidly due to the convenience and doorstep delivery. Okay. So that is definitely one that follows your B. After B, it should be D. So you don't have to bother about this because it is not B that comes after B, it is right here. So this is your correct answer, B, D, A, C, E. Okay, that is answer option B. All right, you don't have to read all the statements to figure out the parajumbles. Use the elimination option, use the starting point option, or use the pair making option, whatever fits that question. Okay. All right, moving to the next question or next part, that is spotting the errors. I will give you 20 seconds. Figure out where the error is in this part of the question. Okay. It says, though she was tired, but she did not stop dancing in yesterday's dinner party. Okay. So if you see, then this question is part of your conjunction, right? It is part of your conjunction. It says, though she was tired, she was tired. Then what should be followed as a conjunction away? It shouldn't be but, it should be yet she did not stop dancing. So where is the error? Error is in part B. All right. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. You have to do it just like I have done it. So this sounds absolutely correct, and that is absolutely correct. You can tick off no error. Okay. Not an issue. You can do that. Okay. Why? Because this question has two answers. What is like? So like is basically preposition, right? So if this is in context to preposition, then like is absolutely correct. But if I think about in context to conjunction, then the like is incorrect. It should be as. Okay. So whether you tick off no error or you tick off B as an error, both are correct. Okay. So your answer is either B or D. Both of them are correct. Okay. In the context of preposition, like is used. In context of conjunction, as is used. You have to do it just as I have done it. Okay. Both of them are correct. Remember that. Okay. And preposition comes along with objects and conjunction comes along with clauses. Okay. This is the only thing that you need to remember. All right. Noun, pronoun is for your preposition, and for conjunction, you use your subject verb. All right. And here it says have done. So this is a subject verb thing. Okay. So it's technically pointing to this as an as. Mostly you will use conjunction. If you have ticked off no error, it's still okay. All right. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. He ran as fast that he reached the destination in just 2 minutes. As fast. You would just be thinking that why just ma'am just said that as is conjunction. So it comes as fast as. Okay. And it is always in a reference to something as fast as a tiger, as fast, as tall as a giraffe, as fat as an elephant. Okay. Like that. So what should be the appropriate conjunction here? It should be so. He ran so fast that he reached the destination in just 2 minutes. Where is the error? It's in option number A. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. He was so clever that everybody's attempt to misguide him proved to be futile. So, technically and grammatically, this is correct. There are no errors in this. So, this is no error. Okay. Correct answer is in option number D. This is absolutely correct. You're using the conjunction so and referencing it to that. Like he's so clever that nobody's attempt to misguide him proved to be a good thing. Okay. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay, he encouraged me so I might not lose heart. Now, he encouraged me. Why? He encouraged me so that. Okay, so is basically giving you a reason. So that means there is a consequence to your action. Okay, so it should be so that and not just so. He encouraged me so that I might not lose heart. Okay, so error is in part B. All right, moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. After a long trek through the forest, we arrive to the camp around 8 p.m. You arrive at. You don't arrive to. You arrive at the camp around 8 p.m. So error is in part 2. Okay. So correct answer is in option number B. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. Neither the reporters nor the editor were satisfied by the attitudes of the publishers of the newspaper. Okay. First thing, neither the reporters nor the editors. Okay. When we use neither nor, the verb is in respect with the second subject. What is the second subject? Editor, and that is singular, right? So this will not be were, this will be was. Okay. Next, you're never satisfied by. Satisfied by should be replaced with. Okay. Satisfied with the attitudes of the publishers of the newspaper. All right. So error is in part 2. Correct answer is in option number B. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay, the foul smell coming by the nearby garbage bin was really unbearable. Now it is coming from somewhere, right? So it should not be by, it should be from. The foul smell coming from the nearby garbage bin was unbearable. Error is again in part 2. Alright, moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay, while the night, we felt afraid as the resort was very dark and secluded. Now, while the night is not right. Why? Because while is used only when you are simultaneously doing something else. While he was watching, he saw a little girl fall down the swing. Okay, he was walking, he watched that thing, that incident happened at the same time during his walk. So, this will not be while, this will be during. During the night, we felt afraid as the resort was very dark and secluded. So, error is in part A or 1. All right. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. The Konark temple is dedicated from the sun god. Now, if it is dedicated, it has to be dedicated to someone, right? So, to the sun god. So, error is in part 3. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Now, these are probably active passive things. So, properly look into the verb and the tense and the combination of all of those. All right. Okay, the results were announced by the committee in the meeting held last week, but no measures were taken to implement it yet. Okay, implement it yet. That means till now. Till now, it has not been implemented, right? So, this will not be were, it will be have been taken. Okay. The results were announced by the committee in the meeting held last week, but no measures have been taken to implement it yet. Yet, till now, it has not been implemented. Okay, so where is the error? Error is in part C. All right, moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay, dash did she open her lunch box than everyone gathered around. Now, the word that goes with than is no sooner than. With the word that goes with hardly is when. Okay. So what do you see? You see than. So what should be here? It should be no sooner. No sooner did she open her lunchbox than everyone gathered around her. So correct answer is in option number 3. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. The work cannot be completed on time. Dash you work for longer hours. Work cannot be completed on time. Now, even should be followed by if. Now, since there is no if, that is not correct. So, that's not your answer, okay? So, what should be the next one? Because you work for longer? No. Since you long? No. Unless you work for longer hours. Sorry, unless you work for longer hours. So, correct answer is in option number 4. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. So, just like we spoke hardly, the other thing that we use is scarcely. And these two goes with when. So hardly had I reached the terrace to water my plants when two monkeys jumped in front of me. Correct answer is in option number 4. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Dash he fulfills all the condition. He should not be given the contract. Okay. So if we say that since he fulfills. So if he's fulfilling, why won't you give him that? Okay. And next, this lest is used with should and never comes with not. Okay, not is never used. So you have a not, so definitely it's not less, it's not since. Whether he fulfills all the condition, no. You so why do you have the condition? Okay, so that is also not right. So it should be unless he fulfills all the condition, he should not be given the contract. All right, correct answer is an answer option 4. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, so he asked me, dash I knew you. So he's questioning me if I know another person or not. So if that means whether, okay? That's a question, right? So he asked me whether I know you. So that is answer option 3. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, Okay, he worked hard that she might pass the examination. He worked hard so he might pass the examination. No, he worked hard so that he might pass the examination. So there is a consequence to the work he did. So it should be so that. Correct answer is in option number 4. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay, there was no heir dash the throne. So heir to is the preposition that goes with it, or successor to, predecessor to. Okay, so heir to the throne. Correct answer is in option number A. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay, the wheels of the truck press dash the road. What happens to the truck wheels? If you see, they press against. There's a friction, right? So that is called pressing against. So press against the road. Correct answer is in option number B. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, translate this passage dash English. Now, usually we say translate this passage to English. No, when you're translating, that means you are converting one thing into another. So that comes to be into, not just to. Okay, so translate this passage into English. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, just ignore this statement. Okay. So it says that he succeeded dash killing the tiger. He succeeded in killing the tiger. Okay. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. My brother was trembling dash cold. You tremble. You tremble. The word tremble takes the preposition with, like tremble with fear, tremble with cold. Okay. Something like that. So trembling with cold should be the correct answer. Answer is an option number A. Moving to the next part, that is the parts of speech. All right. What you have to do is you are given one statement here. If it is given in direct, you have to convert it into indirect. If it is given in convert it into direct. Okay. So you have to basically read this sentence and choose one from the following. All right. So give this question a try. Okay. Oh, how could I ever thank you, sir? Said the convict to the bishop. So what is this in? It's in direct, right? So you should convert this to indirect, right? So when you convert this to indirect, what should it change? This subject should come to the start and then followed by the statement, right? So what will it become? So if you see, this is exclamation mark, right? Exclaiming gratefully, the convict told the bishop that he could never thank him enough. Okay, so your correct answer is in option number 2. All right, moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, it says George said, I am sorry, I'm not able to get through the exam. Okay, so what is George doing? George is basically apologizing. Okay, George apologized for not being able to get through the exam. Okay, now if you read this one, apologized and sorry, they both mean the same. So you should not be using the same word twice. Alright, so your correct answer is in option number 4. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, the sentence says the principal said, be quiet, girls. So what did the principal do? Did he command them? No. Did he call the girls and order them? No. He urged the girls to keep quiet. Okay, the principal urged the girls to be quiet. Principal said the girls should be quiet. No, no, you don't translate it exactly. Okay, this was something that the principal asked the girls to do, right? He said be quiet, girls. So what did he do? He urged the girls to be quiet. So correct answer is an option number 3. Moving to the next one, give this a try. Okay, what is the statement? So help me heaven, he cried, I will never steal again. The first one says he commanded. So he did not command. He called upon heaven to witness his resolve never to steal again. He asked heaven to help him and promised to no. Okay. He told heaven to help me and to never steal again. No. So he cried, right? So he cried. Why will you say? What will heaven do? Heaven cannot physically come down. So heaven will witness his resolve that he will never steal again. Okay, so the correct answer is in option number 2. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, he said, let's leave the case at the station. Now, if I convert this, it should become he suggested leaving the case at the station. Okay, why will it not be to leave and why will it be leaving? Okay, so remember we are using this leaving is basically a gerund. All right, it's a noun. So this is a correct usage of it. So he suggested leave case. It suggests to leave. Okay, to leave is the wrong phrase. He suggested leaving. He's suggesting, okay, let's leave it at the station. Okay, so he suggested leaving the case at the station. Your correct answer is in option number A. Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Now these are all active passive. Okay. What is the statement? Statement says that you should have kept us informed about the progress of the investigation. All right. So if you change this, what will you change this to? We should have been kept informed about the investigation by you. So this is in passive voice. You will change this to active voice, and this is what you will arrive at. We should have been kept informed about the progress of the investigation by you. Okay. So the correct answer option is in option number 2. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, the statement that is given is that it was believed that the secret formula had been stolen by a rival company. Okay, so that means it will change, right? What will it change to be? That people believe that a rival company had stolen the secret formula. Verb V3, form of the had plus V3. Okay, stolen, had plus V3. So your correct answer is in option number 2. Moving to the next one, give this a try. Okay. The government will be implementing the new environmental regulations next month. Next, the first one it says that new environmental regulation will be implemented now. Will be implemented by the government next month. This might sound correct, right? Right, but if you see, then this is what will be implementing, right? So this is future continuous, but this implemented is not future continuous, right? So this is not your right answer. Move on to the next one. The new environmental regulation will be being implemented by the government next month. Okay, which sounds correct. We'll hold on to that. We'll read the next one. The new environmental regulation are being implemented. No, it has to be in future continuous. So this is also not correct. The new environmental regulation will have been implemented. No, will have been is again not future continuous. So will be being implemented by the government next month. So your correct answer is an option number 2. Moving to the next question, give this a try. So it says that why was the window broken by the child? So if you change it into active form, what will this broken change to? It will change to break, right? So why did the child break the window? That will be your correct answer. That is an answer option 1. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay. His success is said to have been a result of his relentless determination. Okay. So people say that his success has been a result of his relentless determination. Well, this can be a correct one. We'll hold on. We'll read the rest. People said, now people said, no. They are still saying, right? His success is said to have been. That means it's still present continuous, right? So that is not correct. They are saying his success. They are saying his success. What they are saying, no. His relentless determination caused his success. It is said, no. This is grammatically incorrect. Okay. So yeah, the correct answer is in option number 1. All right. Moving to synonyms now. So try answering this one. All right. Okay. The word audacious means satisfied. Sorry. Satisfied. Okay. And so does the word, sorry, the word audacious means unsatisfied. I'm sorry. Okay. It means unsatisfied. The word satiated means unsatisfied. Okay. Solvent and insolvent, we know. Okay. Glutinous basically means hungry. You're hungry to learn more. That means you're still not satisfied. You're unsatisfied. So, what will be the synonym of audacious? It will be glutinous. Okay. D is your correct answer option. All right. Moving to the next word. Give this a try. All right. The word eccentric basically means absurd or abnormal. Okay. We know the meaning of familiar. We know what crucial is. Wanton is basically your corrupt. Okay. Idiosyncratic basically means offbeat. Somebody who's off the beat. Okay, not normal, abnormal, absurd, weird, idiosyncratic basically means that. So what is your synonym to eccentric? It is idiosyncratic, right? So again, your correct answer is in option number D. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Now, okay, now this one you basically have to find the antonyms. All right, so give this a try. Okay. Now, what does this word fortitude means? What does fort means? It means a castle, right? A proper area like a fort. So, fort resembles what? Strength, like they're very strong, foundational is very pretty good, right? So, from this word fort, we derived the word fortify, which means strengthful, right? And from there, we got the word fortitude, which basically means stable, has stability, right? That is what fortitude is. Vacillation is basically instability. Okay. So from fort, we arrived at 45, that is stable or stability. Now, fortitude is basically instability. Okay. That is not your stable thing. All right. Now, so you basically have to tell me the opposite of fortitude. So, what is the opposite of fortitude? I guess I messed it up a little bit. So let's do this again. So basically, fort means strength. Fortify basically means to be stable or stability. And from this word fortify, we derive this word fortitude. Okay. So which also means stability. Now, vacillation means instability. Okay. So the antonyms of fortitude is vacillation, which is instability. And the synonym of this thing will be grit. Grit also means stable. Okay, with something that has stability. So correct answer, like if I ask for this question has both. It has the antonyms and the synonyms. So vacillation is basically your antonym and grit is basically your synonym. Okay. So yeah. So for the antonym here, your correct answer is option number A. All right. Moving to the next question. Ignore this misunderstand and try solving. Okay. So this is the word. This is slightly messed up. This question. Misunderstand is the word. Okay, so you need to figure out the antonyms of this misunderstand. All right, figure out the meaning of opposite of misunderstand. Okay, misunderstand basically means to not something that you did not understand well. So it is definitely not impossible, right? So what is the opposite of misunderstand? Definitely understand. Okay, right? Something that will be understandable. Understand or I would say decipher. Okay, few words that you should know. And so does the word comprehend mean to understand, to comprehend, to learn that. Okay, dealing is basically like a postpone, right? Or deferred, something like that. Sluggish is basically lazy. So what is the antonym of misunderstand or opposite of misunderstand? To understand, that would be to comprehend. Your correct answer is an option number 2. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay. Now, what does the word faded mean? It means dull, right? So, which one is the correct one? Painted, right? Like you might say that, oh, it's so painted, it's so bright. Okay. Not painted in painted terms, but yeah, in understanding the essence of the word, that is, it's bright, it's beautiful, colorful, right? So, the correct answer is in option number 2. Moving to the next one, give this a try. Okay. Infertile, we all know what infertile is. So, what will be the opposite of infertile? Fertile, right? Now, the challenge here is to understand which of the following means fertile. Fecund basically means productive or fertile. All of these are synonyms of infertile. Okay. So, if they are asking for antonyms, so your correct answer is in option number one. If they're asking for synonym, you can pick any one of them. Parched, sterile, nugatory, they all mean infertile. Alright? Moving to the next question. Give this a try. Okay. So mad. Okay, mad means insane, right? Crazy, lunatic. Okay, and many more word you can have for mad. Now, insane, definitely not. Temperamental, someone who has high anger issues, no. Dense, that is thick, okay, or dark. Sound. Now, one sound is the noise, other sound is healthy. Okay, he is having a sound sleep. That means he's not having a noisy sleep. It means he's having a peaceful, healthy sleep. Okay, so insane, crazy, lunatic, the opposite will be sound. Someone who's calm, someone who's listening, someone who's healthy. All right, so your correct answer is in option number one. Moving to the next question, give this a try. Okay, now rare, what does this mean? This means uncommon, right? Or something that is not frequent, infrequent. That is rare. Okay. Now, familiar means common. You know that, right? Latent. We know the meaning latent. Latent means hidden, right? We know what clarify and extraordinary mean. So, what is the opposite of rare? It is familiar. Rare is uncommon. Familiar is common. So, your correct answer is in option number one. All right. So, with this, we have come to the end of the video. I hope that you have been able to solve most of the question, and whatever you couldn't, I hope that you have found the answer to that. And I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, keep learning and thank you.